You know why it is? Because allergies are like something that what was I gonna say? That man-made,
Man-made allergies.
like pollen and stuff. Like allergies are like a really
Hold on.
scientifically made thing.
You're saying pollen's like a product of man?
Yeah, whereas coughing is like something that happens when you inhale a lot of fumes, like scientific discovery, mixing gases and stuff. You cough because you've been at something for a while, because you've been working on something, trying to discover something.
What if you had like just like it's scratching your throat though?
Well, that's like a. What do you mean?
Because that's what I just did.
Oh, you had a scratch in your throat?
Yeah, that was like a clear.
Well, why do you have that scratch in your throat?
Because we just smoked a little bit.
Well, yeah, because you're an alchemist.
Yes.
And you were smoking. You were smoking gases. Whereas like sneezing is like in allergies. It's like you sneeze because the government tells you to sneeze, retard. Because you're like you have allergies.
Oh, now I see.
That shit's wild. That I'm saying.
And we
that.
say God bless you. So
nobody says anything anymore. If you sneeze,
I say bless you. I try to.
When
depends who it is.
Depends. It depends on everything. If I feel like saying it, or
if it's like a woman, like if it's someone I kind of like I'm cool.
If I feel like
hey, bless you.
If I feel like saying it,
but
to
if it's
you,
like,
sure. Yeah, dude. Maybe I'll say. I'll be like, "Oh, God bless you."
Like kind of like ironic. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or if I feel like it, but he's
like those assholes that are like gazoon tight. Remember growing up, like kids that'd be like gazoon tight.
Thankfully, I didn't know that many people. But
like you just knew
I
like
could
kids
imagine.
in school that are just like gazoon tight.
Gazoon tight. I didn't go to like one of like. Did you go to like one of those international schools?
No, it's just like kids who are just like heard the word and they're like, "I'll try it." Like kids in like 6th grade. I'm talking like annoying middle school behavior.
None of that in middle school.
No, okay.
I'm pretty sure that my art teacher was probably a pedophile, or this guy was an aspiring pedophile, but could never go through with it because he loved his baby too much. But it's like, it's like seeing the girls in 7th and 6th grade that had this art teacher. It's like, dude, I could totally see it, but I don't think so. He'd have like a little baby girl and stuff. And it's like, I don't think he had the balls to fuck 7th graders at that age because they were just like too evolved.
Well, he's just a pussy then.
And he's just a pussy, dude.
You can't respect.
But also, they would just act like complete like whores. It was just like Mr.
Well, girls, I mean, yeah,
Mr. So and so, like.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
it's gotta be hard for a teacher. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Why
would you put yourself in that position unless you're like a woman? Probably.
I don't know. I only had a few male teachers, like history teacher or like a psychology teacher. That's just high school.
And they're like always low key, like super right wing, but you don't realize it.
Yeah, they are.
You don't realize how much they hate their life and hate the government and hate everything. And they're teaching history because it's the only way to be schizo and like seep themselves into the system.
It's just an easy subject to teach too. It's like and he was like a football coach, so it's like it's your football coach. You teach like history, which is just packets that are scans from the book, most likely, or you teach like gym. So it's like you're just someone who's still in like high school mode where it's like you're just coasting through the week, like you know the day, and then that's
you have no hair. Your hair is
hairless.
Bye.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not there.
You wear like
you're probably Italian.
You wear like sweatshirts a lot.
Your name's probably Mr. Sorrell. That's probably your name.
I'm actually thinking of a teacher, but
I am too. We should.
Okay,
let's dive in.
No, it's nothing that I don't want to like. It's really not that. But I'm just profiling.
That was my
I like
favorite class.
I would have been great in the FBI, but I'm too cool for the FBI. I think
I had one.
I like profiling. If you can't tell.
Yeah, you should think everybody should be able to profile. You really like profiling. You should be a police.
Well, that's what I mean. Like I have detective ability, like detective skills. That's why I can like use in comedy because like, you know what I mean. Observant, like
it's very important.
Yes,
I think you. Yeah, it's just something you do. You don't really control whether you actually just profile someone.
Yeah, you just observe. Like you just remembering. Like I just remembered all that shit about that teacher.
Yeah. My teacher, he
probably still teaches it. And he's probably just doing the same thing. It's like,
God, I hope this man's retired. But he's probably still, we got to write a paper on Vietnam. I didn't know a damn thing.
We didn't do anything like that.
It was all like...
I really don't even remember what we did in high school.
I remember... I don't even know. I'm sure I could go through it. But freshman year, I had this guy. It was last block of the day. It was last year in Ohio before I moved to Maryland. So we had this guy, and I had a black guy sleeping next to me every class, and then like a cool guy that I've known for a couple years at this in this school system. Shout out Bryce, and then scatter of others, and this guy named Austin Cox. Of course, his last name's Cox.
Cox.
Cox. Austin Cox.
I've known Cox.
Just completely scrawny skater, just complete dork. Not even worthy of being called a faggot, you know?
Not even worthy of the title.
As I'm sitting,
vibration.
yeah.
Not even worthy of the vibration.
Yeah, truly. But the class was a lot of what you said. It was just like video and then like scanned, like just videos
Packets.
And just like
circles.
Stuff.
Yeah, easy.
This is my favorite documentary, and like we're gonna show you this packet.
It's a blow-off class.
Here, read this packet.
And it's for blow-off people. Yeah.
The way you described it is perfect because that's what brings me back is those fucking packets.
And they're usually pretty thick. And
CNN
and the teacher can just fucking hand them out, and then he can go sit at his desk and like look at ESPN or whatever.
Gay pornography.
What he wishes he could look at.
Yeah.
I had another teacher.
Be fucking
he would bring
like right now.
He would bring potatoes in and like eat them at his desk. And
raw?
And then he'd also bring in like jalapenos, like peppers, and like.
He was probably watching Andrew Huberman before it was really cool.
He was on that, yeah. Yeah, dude, you think back that teachers now, like, yeah.
Some of them, I mean, yeah, it's always the history teachers that...
Like early millennials, I'm telling you, like...
Man, I wish...
Growing up in, like being born in the 80s, you know what I mean? Because it is like that Huberman, like, you know, it's like those are those people now. Like, they have those figures now, but they didn't have them like where they are at our age now.
The 80s was really close to something, and then something... really just like killed the creativity that was captured.
Right, like 91. I mean, the creativity in the 90s was pretty cool.
The momentum from 70 to 80 into the just being killed with grunge and like that dark sense into the new millennium.
Like
into
it's
incredible how choreographed that is.
Yeah, it was.
And it's just a matter.
Well, there's that Woodstock. Sorry, there's this Woodstock documentary, and it shows like 91, like Nirvana's grunge music, and then it shows like Korn. Yeah. Or like but like what grunge, there was still like some beauty in grunge, and then it was just like pure, just like.
Well, and think about Nirvana versus Korn.
Well, not even because I like Korn too. So.
Okay, I don't know enough about Korn, but I mean, it's two different things.
It's just heavy. It's more nu metal, like or not Korn. Let's compare it. Let's say it's more to like a Limp Bizkit, where it's just like kind of trashy, whereas like Nirvana still had like. Taste to it, and like other like Soundgarden, like I don't know, you probably don't know this like grunt. There was like taste. There was like some like taste. There was like a taste to these songs though, and then it just became like nu metal, like yo boy, the nookie. Like it just became like shit, like real shit.
See, cult. So what do you think about?
Too, but it was still kind of cool.
What do you think about like cultism around like musicians and musical
icons,
musical bands as time? How different occulting certain music is now as opposed to it was before? I mean,
there's always been like right now you have like Taylor Swift, Beyonce, like those are those are big ones. But then you also have like artists like U2 still, Coldplay, or like the Grateful Dead that still pull, or like fucking Garth Brooks, that kid Zach Bryan, or like. I don't know. I'm just thinking like Bad Bunny. Like there's always these
even
big
the way
acts.
that local artists, even like
but then
Detroit-based
there's small,
artists,
but then there's small artists. Yeah, but there's like
there's
sizes of cults. You know what I mean?
Able to gain 2 to like 10,000 followers is an incredible like. I mean, it can be if you know how to manipulate, if you know how to control it. Depends on.
But if you're just in that system though, too, if you're just around another bunch of people that like, because I kind of been around that in a bit, where it's just like that's like the mode. That's like what people are just on, like following. Like you're just in. You're just kind of in it more, but yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, it'd be I mean, it's just like it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing to have like 1 million people in your pocket.
Yeah,
you know.
But you're also not following 1 million people too at the same time.
Like having just 1 million people follow you, but it's just weird. Like, just being that connected to that many people, you have that much access to these people's.
Dude, I hate the idea of buffing out my following. Matching
to be famous,
followers.
you have to be like.
That is,
you have like it's just like the politician. It's just cults now. It's all everything is. It's just cults.
Yeah.
Or if like liking tastes, but you're not even realizing you're in a cult. Like you're not even realizing being hypnotized. The Taylor Swift one's crazy.
Yeah.
Because there's music's not even that good, but it's just like you hear some of the lyrics and it's just so young, like relatable. Like they're just like
it's like get over it, lady. Kill yourself.
I know, but it's just like with the like I'm just saying like the music, like what it's doing to people.
It's infant. You know it.
Yeah, it's a good word, infantile. Yeah. Whereas other music and like other cults, there's a like Beyonce, like everyone just thinks their shit don't stink, type shit. You know what I mean?
God,
right? You know what I mean?
Poor black women and poor women of color.
But it's just like icons and cults through like the years, and that's what's where.
Yeah. I forgot what I'd asked.
Yeah, that's what you asked me. That's
what I asked.
Looking at you, right, your face, you're wondering where we're at. And you kept watching you. Yeah. And you asked
I'm making
me,
sure I'm still on.
I'm trying to connect with like something in the past too.
It's been a couple weeks, so this is like it's a bit of anticipated. So I'm kind of like I'm easing into it. I'm getting more, yeah.
But that's just where that's where we are now with like the biggest cult.
I'm trying to
like the cult of Trump. We have the now the new thing is
I'm trying to meet you because so this is the thing that occurred to me while watching the last episode is that I'm a little behind where you are consciously. I'm screaming now.
Yeah, you're fucking yelling.
I'm screaming now because I was upset for a moment.
Yeah, the message you sent me, I was like, oh, he's got a little communism in him.
I was upset for a little bit. So the thing is, when I sent you that message, like, oh, this...
I was like, what is this? What does this mean?
This message is inspiring. I hadn't finished the episode.
No, the message you sent me before that, I was like, what the hell? I was like, is he like asking me...
I was just trying to be philosophical and faggoty.
Well, I was
just being faggoty.
I was like, is he compliment? Or at first I was like, oh, he's pit. And I was like, oh, is he... I was like, he's got a little...
I'm never anything.
He's a little communist, I was thinking too.
I don't think I would ever text anybody upset, really. That's just...
But,
yeah.
It was an interesting question.
I don't even... we can... Let's discuss it later. I don't even want to get into it now because it's somewhat loaded. I think you'd like it, but I mean, do you want to... What was I going to say? What was I saying?
I don't know. You're talking about meeting...
I hadn't...
You didn't...
I'm trying to meet your consciousness because I feel like I was somewhat behind where you wanted me to be, where I feel like I was like dipping my toe in and I was like ready to just like dive in as far as like how
it's also we're creating
committing.
A show. You know, well, I don't know. We're creating a show.
Yeah.
Well, this is the show. It's a talk show. We are making a talk show.
You know, I've been reading about like fucking what art is and where my like mind should be and exactly, and I'm really trying to like solidify that. And it's like they're incendiary ideas, and when I'm putting ideas into my mind. I've got one mind, and this is what I'm committing my mind to, and it's like this is where we are, I guess. And it's like, well, again, they're just ideas that set the world afire if you discuss them. And my mind's been there before I met you, and I was already... And the fact that I met you was just like very perfectly coincidental and all that, et cetera, et cetera.
Oh, dude, the fact we're making this show, it's pretty...
timely.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I want this the reason why I'm making the show with you. You're part of the show.
Yeah. And you know, I got to... And again, go into the last episode.
The show's ever changing. It's always growing.
Yeah.
Taylor's pretty cool, isn't she?
And the way that you act around your older sister too, kind of like
she's an older person though too.
Trying to impress. I want to say not because it's like you're kind of because like you look up to her in a way. It's like I want to be on the right wavelength that I think that my sister's on.
Kinda.
I don't know if I'm articulating that because I'm the older sister.
We'll talk sometimes. I don't know. We're just real comfortable with each other. Like,
and she
I just showed you. You saw her bedroom. Like, I grew up. Like, I live with. Like, you know what I mean? Kind of like.
I don't know. I know what you mean because you have an older sibling.
You're the oldest. That's why I thought Taylor was
oldest.
Cool. That's why I thought you guys would be similar because you're the oldest.
Yeah.
And you have the same thing. You have three siblings, two younger that are kind of spaced like me and Maddie. It's an interesting dynamic. I knew you and Taylor will get like.
Yeah.
It's like I know.
The nihilism, and I mean, did she went to beauty school, correct?
Yeah, she's a
beautician, yeah. And
she's been through things, yeah.
I don't know how to weld or anything. There's no equivalent to that I know, but
what?
Whatever. No.
She's a painter. She's an artist. Like, yeah. She's just someone. Me and Taylor listen to the same music. Like her and I just know are the same. The same way me and Maddie have a lot of common with film. You can see me and Maddie's relationship. There's an interesting like
I had no
transferring of knowledge between her and I. You see how we talk?
Yeah.
Me and Taylor talk. It's different. Same way you and I talk differently.
Yeah.
That's why this show, it's a talk show. Same way when we have other people on. It's gonna be, you know what I mean? Mm. It's all different, and that's the interaction between people. That's what's so cool. That's what's cool to share. Yeah. That's why
It's cool to share.
It's very cool to share.
It's cool to share.
Like I said, like this is a real honest thing. Like where my dad's real, like he's so hyped, dude. He'll be fucking 200 people are gonna see his little. He's be like,
cheers. I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna just sip.
He's gonna be like, he'll be hyped. He told me to tell you hi when he texted me about the Trump stuff. He's all in on Shadow MAGA. We're starting that tonight. Shadow MAGA. That's what it is. That's what it needs to be called. Shadow MAGA.
So your dad believes in us in the same way that I imagine my dad would probably believe in us as well. But I don't share anything with my dad regularly.
So this is what I said in the last episode too. It's like you're just not used to sharing things yet. And
my dad's like Jack in The Shining. That's how I see my dad. My dad's like Jack in The Shining.
I think everybody sees their dad like that because there's times in my own thoughts when I'm watching The Shining, it's like my dad. And that's what makes that movie so great because it's universal and everyone sees, or whatever figure is their dad that is represented. And that's why Kubrick's genius.
Maybe that's why I watched that movie 19 times after the first time I saw it. Maybe that's why I just kept watching it.
It's a father son. Dude.
It's the psychic connection between father and son. It's like
subliminal and even the mother though too. I love the mother. It reminds me of my mom. I love the relationship between Jack and Wendy.
Yeah,
or not Jack, Danny.
Because I do talk to my mom more often.
Like when they walking through the maze. That was like me and my mom going through the park today. With you know what I mean? Yeah. Like walk. I don't know. It's just like a cute I don't know.
Moms are so cool. Moms are so cool when they're not when they settle down and
yeah, my mom's always been cool with me.
Yeah,
like she's been on my, but never because I don't know. I'm the middle kid though, so that's the thing, the first child thing. There's a different dynamic put on you.
We do have a different dynamic. You have a more rebellious, where I have a more penitent.
You're rebellious, dude.
Yeah, but
how I reserve.
It's that firstborn failure that you carry with you is just so. I mean, it's what it is. But I feel like that's a certain kind of structure.
You're not a failure, dude. Things aren't finished.
Failure in the sense of just not going whatever
to what your mom
college
wanted.
Yeah, exactly. And
just what you're supposed to do, or
sure. Yeah. Without saying that.
The steps, climb the corporate ladder.
Yeah.
Cutting throats
off. Because I could cut some throats off.
You do. You're built for it. There's times where I'm like, this kid's an engineer. Like this kid, you're like, let's go golfing. Let's do. I'm like, this guy.
I just want to do dumb shit.
You're just an engineer, bro.
I want to do anything, but
you have a scientific mind, or more smart.
What
was your favorite subject in school? Like real shit. Before you start hating school,
I could do math. That was it. I didn't understand literary anything until 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's cool.
Less than that.
Interesting.
2 or 3, 4 years ago.
See, I was awful at math. Awful.
Mm-hmm.
I got a D+ in chemistry, and I almost failed it. It's the only class and I couldn't pay attention, and then I would never understand the formula, and then I would just half-ass everything because I didn't understand, and I never wanted to catch up. Like you would miss one day, you daydream one day, and never get the formula, how to do certain things, and then I'd just be fucked.
Yeah, I mean the problem is it's the social aspect of high school just trumps any educational aspect if you don't know how to balance it, or if you're not gifted enough to balance it out, or you're just susceptible to the pressures of socialization,
right?
And what's necessary for you to survive.
Well, the environment, yeah, exactly. The environment, yeah.
And I did. I mean,
that's what growing up is, dude. That's
education,
what growing up out of high school is, man. I mean,
in an American high school,
coming into yourself, though.
It's a concentration camp.
That's why I was kind of saying in the last episode. There's something beautiful about marrying a high school sweetheart, but then there's a thing where it's
you're living in something that's not real. You're living in something that was sanctioned by the government.
Yeah. Or it's something that's just not very developed. You're
living in a fantasy.
You're
realm.
in a circle here when there's just a whole.
Yeah.
Depends on your relationship, though. Really, I mean,
it does. It depends on the person. I think
depends on everything.
You got to deal in people to people because.
But I'm just saying, that kind of idea is interesting.
I agree.
Because it's
the idea of anybody being together is interesting.
It really is. It kind of really is.
Why?
Unless you really like the person, there's relationships. The two I've been in, I really like them. I really like them. I like hanging out with them. I like spending time with them. Like I like them. You
I
know
don't
what
think
I mean?
there's.
But
Yeah, dude. I don't think I've ever been in a relationship where I've truly elected to be into it without social pressure or social coercion or just like
interesting.
whatever I was supposed to really. And I've never
I'll
really.
say this.
It's incredible. I've never felt like I've had a real choice in my life.
I never asked my two girlfriends. They kind of. I was always like close with them for a long time, and then they kind of just wanted me to start dating them, and then I was like, all right. But I always liked being with them before we actually started dating, and then it becomes like this thing, like you just become a different person, and then it's like I don't know, it's different, but I liked it more when I was just like friends with them.
I'd say
I felt close. I don't know, it's like a thing.
I did like the friendship aspect is the most important part.
But then it becomes like this
what it is,
thing where it's like you're just in this.
You're connected to this person, and it's like.
Well, that's a beautiful thing too. I don't know, and then but when you're outside of a relationship, then you can kind of look back at your life for a while and be like, whoa, I was a whole other person.
Yeah.
I don't even like being in a relationship because you change. Like, I don't like the person I become.
Well,
it's not even like I become like a bad or anything like that, but it's just like I'm not doing this. You know what I mean?
Well, then you have to reorient what a relationship
exactly. You have
is.
to organize exactly, and that's like the phase I'm at in my life too.
And the relationship is exactly what it is. It's a relationship. It's a thing separate from yourself.
Yeah, it is.
It's a connection though, but it's a connection. Then what a connection
is a separate.
Sometimes you get
too deep into the love and the bond and the idea, this cool, magical,
the fantasy.
Yeah, you know, fantasies they call it. Well, that's what they call love.
I mean, being in a relationship, it's kind of like being on a quest. And there's lots of things you can do. You can go to a market and you get stuff to cook. That's what you can do.
But then I see some of the dude. I love. This is why I really like the job because I was telling like you just observe a lot, and some of the relationship, like the couples, dude. Some of them, it's just like some of these relationships are like they look miserable, and it could just because they're in the store too. But like if you're having this interact, like they're just like you pay. Like it's some of them are just like.
I think that's.
But that's these people too.
I think that's something also that I'm trying to like. I should dive into more that I'm seeing in you is just like really having to like coast on like dropping in on people's lives to pass the time. Like
like at work, you mean? Like
at work specifically? Actually, yeah. Especially
it's all about passing time, and then it's this observation. It's material. It's think about it that way. I learned this. You know how I learned when I learned this was my first job as a lifeguard. 16. I would just. Like I'm sitting in a fucking chair. It's like I'm gonna either talk shit about these people in my head, and like become like a good shit to like you know what I mean, or I'm just gonna like it's just daydream. Like it's just passing. It's just imagination, and then
I do it, but I close myself off.
I do this in a lot of jobs, dude. Like when I was driving around, I wrote my whole book in my head. Like so, like it's like we talked about that at work. I've told you about this before, where it's like I'm physically there, but my mind's somewhere else until you come to. You know what I mean? Like. Comes over and like starts talking. You know what I mean?
She
like,
doesn't give a shit though. It's actually
she's awesome. She's one of the favorite coolest.
She will. I mean, she just gets it. She gets it. She has existential crisis. Like,
well, she was telling me about. She was telling me about her son who had the COVID shots, and the one started having seizures, and then the other still has long COVID, and he's got an inhaler now.
She's got it.
And I was like, long COVID's just some made up bullshit, and she's like, yeah, exactly.
She was probably disillusioned from the left wing scheme
for a while.
Not for a while. I think somewhat more recent than we'd probably imagine.
Okay.
But I think she comes to it so quickly, and she's so lucid in her understanding.
She's older too. Yeah, she was telling me how she got the shots because she was afraid she'd get fired.
Yeah, which is
bullshit. And Taylor had the same thing. And I wrote a letter for Taylor, and it's fire. It was fire.
I just act schizo and didn't.
That's exactly what
pretended I didn't need to get it or what. I didn't even talk about it. I mean, like nobody in my household talked about it because my parents are both like, don't give a shit.
Yeah, did they get it? Or?
My dad got it. My mom didn't.
Nah, dude, your mom sounds so cool,
dude.
You just gave like this little nod. You're like,
my dad is Tim Waltz.
Yeah.
Your
mom sounds cool.
He's an absolute donor. He's an absolute. Sperm donor.
Your mom sounds cool.
I mean, bless his soul.
Tim Waltz. Well, hold on. Go back real quick. But so she was telling me, but I told her I thought it was a really interesting thing because during that time, like working retail, you can really get a real insight into like how people are behaving, how much they take to this programming, how much they take to like being told like
people
this product, and how quick all that shit went, and just how they treated people too. She said that really messed with me. How like just having a mask, this barrier, they thought they could just treat you like shit.
The thing is, she remembers all that stuff that just happened. I don't remember anything.
Really?
I just swear to God, I don't remember anything.
Wow.
I really don't. It's all a fucking haze. I mean, all I remember is just like having to adhere to it. And just like that's it, and then eventually I got fed up with it. And there was a point where I was just because I'm at Target the whole time,
right,
and I'm gauging time based on working at Target and like, I'm putting out music, whatever the fuck. I'm working at Target, so that's where my mind's at. There, somebody's home.
No, I was just looking at the frame.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and
no, my mom, she just got back. She went and saw my granny.
Yeah. Exactly. And just like eventually rebelling out of it, eventually just like stopping working there, but. It's not pleasant to remember or whatever. There's nothing going on. I don't know. I just played a lot of video games still.
Yeah, it was weird.
It's work and video games. There's nothing goes on in people's lives. It's work, video games. Nobody, if you don't have a girlfriend, there's nothing going on. Your life's not progressing. You go to your job and you got video games. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Unless you have creative endeavors, which is, rare, in all honesty. People just like consuming and people are content with consuming. I love consuming.
Yeah, it's just how your mind works though, too, I think. I don't know. I used to consume. I don't know. There came a point where I was like, I don't want to consume. Like, yeah, I really kind of can reprogram my mind. But I don't want to talk about it.
It's programming, though.
Yeah, it is. It's programming what you want to do with your mind, what you want to do with your time, and what you want to do with your day. Because it is kind of like a video game we're in, and it's like you can play a video game, or you can
talk about
or you can play this video game, and you can make $1 million in a video game, or you can try to make $1 million in this video game. It's true.
I can't make a video game, so I'm going to do it in this video game.
But you know what I'm saying? Like these profiles people get, like they're worth $1 million, like these YouTube, or like, I'm just saying, like in Grand Theft Auto Online, people make these fucking homes and, you know what I mean? Like, or Minecraft.
Oh, that's retarded. You want to, we're talking about that. Oh, yeah, yeah.
That,
sure,
like you can do that in a video game, or you can build a house, or you can build something, you know what I mean? I kind of think about that.
I don't know.
It'd be cool to build a house.
It would be very cool.
I've made like sketches before for like Office Space for the like Inner Wizard. Very cool ideas. Pretty easy, very doable too. I really think.
Like Office Space? How do you mean? Like the movie, like the film Office?
Just if I made like an Inner Wizard like studio office, like what it would really look like. I mean, obviously it'd be a lot of money, but it would be like it's just fun drawing. Like that's what I'm just talking about. Like Caesar. Like it's just like creating like anything and just drawing it down. Like if you have an idea, just put it down. You never know when it could happen. That's like why I do some of the like a lot of poems and things I've put into films that I wrote like 4 or 5 years ago. It's like anything, like the stuff you write, like always write your things down. You never know when you can collage it into your present work.
Yeah. I just have to say yes to that because it's just a matter of thinking that.
Well, it's just a matter of I'm just kind of giving some advice, really. It's just like,
exactly. No, yeah,
you just always, that's why I just always create and you never know where you can put it. But if you're still creating, it's still coming out. It's still good. But if you like, that's what you asked me. You asked me a thing. It's like, what authority grants you? It was a weird fucking question, dude. You're like, what if you're like, so if you have your own equipment, it's like you can do this.
I'm just some kind.
I was like, is he saying like?
Retard.
I was like, is this something where he's like, who says you can say what you want to say? Or but then I was like, is he like saying like a god is like possessing me? Like I didn't understand what you were saying. You're like, what authority grants you to make something phenomenal? Are you saying my work's phenomenal, or are you saying I think my work's phenomenal, or are you saying?
I'm saying what grants it the ability to be a phenomenal piece of work.
Are you saying I'm like what makes me saying it's phenomenal, or what, or am I making it phenomenal?
Not what you say, because it's probably more about what you put into the work.
It's like you're saying the work's phenomenal, or are you saying I think it's phenomenal?
I'm saying.
Like what
metaphysical thing says that it's phenomenal outside of you? What allows it to have phenomenology in a definitive sense in culture? Maybe I'm referring to as like cultural proliferation of a certain work. If it's like, it's probably partially on the artist, and then it's probably partially outside of the artist's control, and just like.
I don't know. I still don't get it.
It's really retarded.
No, because I'm thinking about though. It was like a question where it's like
it's a real like schizo like who's controlling, who's running things kind of thing. It's like
okay, because I took it like
it's who flips the switch on you.
That's what when I started thinking about it more, I was like, okay, that's what he meant. Because at first I was like, is he like thinking like, well, who says you get to say all these things?
Yeah, exactly.
Thing, like,
it's
shut
exactly
up.
That.
Oh, like
authoritarian.
Are you telling me to like shut up?
No.
Oh. That's what I took it more like at first, like a critic being like, well, this guy needs to just shut his mouth.
I think I was just speaking.
And that's why I was like, oh, he's got a little communist in him.
Yeah, no, I would think
then I was like, oh no, he's probably asking like what fucking entity is possessing me.
I think anytime I'm talking about something like that,
it's something
ontological.
No,
It's really ontological. Yeah.
No, and then that's when I was like, but I gave you a good answer because I was like, shit, I gotta answer this good because it was a good question, and I was like, yeah, it's just like whatever I feel comfortable with. What did I say?
Nothing really, just liking what I make and feeling comfortable in it, and that's expressing myself.
And that's what I get about like where people don't even know how to do that anymore. People don't even know what they like anymore because they don't even.
It's all programmed.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like,
not self-programmed; it's installed.
Exactly.
It's Windows 8 or whatever.
Yeah.
No, it's Windows most recent, whatever the fuck.
No, that was cool. That was a good question.
Yeah, I always think everything.
And you're just like, episode's inspiring.
Yeah, because I was like, your answer's lame. I don't really care. And I was like, okay.
What'd you want me to say? At first, I didn't know what to say.
There's no right answer, and I
thought I gave a nice, sweet answer.
I mean, it's just literally just like manic texting. It's like, say something fucking retarded here. Make sure it's nice and retarded to send to him.
Dude, texting sucks. That's why I hate it.
I hate it.
And that's why it's so hard to find dating now.
That's why they always come out like that. That's why they always come out.
That's why it's like impossible to date anyone now because it's mostly through texting. You know what I mean? It's impossible.
I can't do it.
And texting's retarded.
Completely fucking.
It's retarded
when it comes to it.
And then when you're on the app for too long, it just gets me depressed because these girls all the same. And then I just start talking shit in my head.
We're all here, really.
And then I start talking shit in my head. Not even like but I'm like, you're just so like everyone just sucks, dude. And no one's gonna like me.
Everybody's a person
through this fucking app. You know what I mean?
Everybody's their own sick fuck. Everybody's a sick fuck.
They're all the same on that thing, dude. I'm serious.
And if you're not like admitting you're a sick fuck, you're a liar. That's the worst
everyone
part.
Is a sick fuck, and that's
the worst part.
That's what I wish. That's what I want. I want to find. I wish I had like a freak app where people were just like straight freaks on.
It's called Grindr, faggot.
Well, those are faggot. Like that shit's disgusting though.
Which one has the best?
I will, dude. I'll tell you this. This is why I'm pro Russia. I like
sexy with this Russian girl. Cut like a year ago.
Oh, you
amazing. Oh my god, like 2 nights.
Russian chick.
They're down.
Dude, Russia, shout out Russia.
Russia's so much better than us. God,
I'm pro Russia.
That's the other thing. I really hate thinking how fucking faggoty we are in this country. It's
they're
really
dude, she was awesome. But I had this funny bit, and I was gonna be I wasn't even gonna tell you it was a bit at first. I was gonna be dead ass serious with this at first, but then I was like, no, I should probably just say it was a bit. No. But I was like, I'm an advocate for white supremacy. I'm not a white supremacist. I don't look like a white, but we need it. We need it. That was like a bit though. Just be like an advocate for white supremacy.
It's amazing that you say that because I think
it's kind of funny.
I think it's really important that you actually advocate for that and be vocal about that.
White supremacy?
I think specifically at this time,
yeah,
it's really important. I think.
Well, this is actually. Then I'll give you a real life example actually now, because that was last March I was in Texas and me and my dad we were driving around looking at old because I grew up in Texas and we were just looking at we drove by the old house, drove by parks and stuff, and he was telling me he moved down in the '80s and he was telling me there was this park, Randall Mill Park. Kids had to stop going there because there's all these. This is like when AIDS were going wild. He's like all these faggots were fucking in the bathroom. And he said the KKK came and started beating the shit out of him and cleared it out for the kids, saved the park.
Very good. They say the KKK saved the park,
saving the kids
from the faggots. Very good, KKK.
Late '80s in Texas, but the way he told it was hilarious, dude. Because he was just so like matter of fact about it. It was fucking
It's what has to be done. That's the thing, guys. I mean, go fuck.
Well, I'm not saying it's like I'm just saying like they need to be out there. You need white supremacists out there, the same way you need like pro-black, like militant style blacks
in their communities. We don't need pro-militant blacks in white communities. We need them in black communities, and then we have the KKK
in their community,
in the white communities.
Keep it out.
But we're all Americans here, and we live in harmony. It's that simple.
I'm Shadow MAGA. That's by the time when this comes out, dude. Shadow MAGA is going to be a thing within 2 weeks. It's going to be a meme. Shadow MAGA.
You know, we got
everyone. Shadow MAGA is everyone who's given up, and it's just like, come on.
Yep.
It's smart people. It's intellectuals. It's those who don't vote.
I mean, God. I mean, your life really must be fucked up if you're still voting for Kamala and Wall. It's like it's you got to be under some kind of sick delusion.
Yeah, you really do.
Even the most delusional
they're just assholes. They're like they're really just assholes
that hate America
or just hate people, but they try to act like they like people, but they're just fucking robot AI sentient assholes.
Blow your brains out.
Yeah,
out the back.
Did Tim Waltz really have a Taylor Swift
Tim Walz flicked off the state of Michigan.
He did?
Yeah, he flicked off the state of Michigan. That's news. That's real. You can see it.
No, but during the debate, you said was he really wearing a Taylor Swift wristband?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I get all the news. He had a little wristband on that's like, yeah, me and Taylor, she let me jack off to her and Travis Kelce having gay sex together. Yeah, Taylor only does anal sex because she's not a Christian.
There's some magazine at work. It says Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are having struggles.
I'm pretty. Yeah, I mean it's.
Your mic's turning around. That was a very long. It wasn't that big of a fuck up.
I didn't know what I was gonna say. I wanted to say something horrible about Taylor and her. Just.
She's not even pretty.
I mean, I'd marry her.
I would. Yeah, I would have sex with her.
That was honestly Taylor Swift she's the prototype for the first,
I wouldn't marry her
for the first girlfriend that I had.
Really?
Yeah, essentially.
Taylor Swift?
Yeah, no, just
white girl?
Absolute Aryan, just queen. Her dad was like a police officer. It was 7th grade.
Just a tall white girl.
And it was like, I liked her. And it's like, I figured out word of mouth, like, oh yeah. And it was like, okay, this is fine. And then I fucked off because I got bored, quote unquote. I'm like, what was I?
You're like the hot Asian
completely
kid.
fucked up something that could have been an absolute long life, like
yeah. Dude,
delusion. It would have been a white woman delusion, though. That's what it would have been. Like the absolute.
You'd be a total weirdo.
I would have been a complete.
You would have stayed
cuck.
with your middle school girlfriend.
A complete cuck. I would be. I don't even know.
Yeah,
what
you
I'd
would
be.
You'd be working for. You probably have like a really high salary job.
Yeah. No, I'd probably have an amazing because I would have been super Asian. I'd be much more Asian than I am right now.
You'd probably be living in like San Francisco. Vaccinated.
Exactly
vaccinated heavily. Maybe have a kid.
That we should both have
maybe
children.
Stay at home father.
We should both have children in the next 5 years.
I think so.
In the next 5 years, otherwise I'll probably blow my brains out.
Well, if you don't have it in the next 5 years, then you just gotta commit to being like totally insane.
Yeah.
And just go
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like Ari Shaffir. Like,
I don't want that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want that either.
Shave
really.
half my face.
I don't really want that either. Unless I'm like a millionaire. That would be fun then. I would probably be like on Epstein Island.
That's probably not going to happen though.
But I want to be on Epstein Island.
We're not going to Epstein's Island. Get this out of
here.
But
I know. I'm saying like I would be like at the parties.
You want to?
If you didn't have a family and you were like a billionaire, like what are you doing in this world?
You said millionaire.
Oh, billion. Like
we're saying billionaire now.
High millionaire, billionaire. Like you're trying to get into.
Sure.
You're like
sure.
You're like getting into that. You're getting into that echelon. You're hanging out with billionaires. If you're like a 35-year-old 100-millionaire, cool, charismatic, like you're doing like you're committed to the bit. You're committed to. If you have 100 million, you're committed, and you don't have a family. If you have 100-some million and you don't have a family, you're just a single guy. You might as well just go like
all the way.
Yeah,
yeah, you might as well.
Like, what are you doing?
Sure. Oh,
so there's options.
Advocating for something? Oh, you don't like fucking 15-year-olds? You don't like fucking 12-year-olds? Okay, dude. Cool. What are you fucking pussy?
Are you fucking cuck?
Are you gay?
You just got to though, yeah.
At that point, I mean,
and then you become a non, and then you become a non, and then you become a non, and then you get killed.
You join the Atlanteans, or you join the Atlanteans, or you join in the cult that is suppressing lower humanity. Otherwise, we kill you.
Yeah.
You either get on our conscious level as the Nazi Atlanteans that are ruling over us, or we kill you. How about that?
I might just take death. I don't know, but you just got to keep going too. It could be fun.
Yeah,
you never know. You might as well just keep going.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. What? I mean, I've got plenty to keep going.
I could definitely probably be like work for the FBI or CIA.
They would love us.
We could. We're talent. We have a skill set. We have a skill set that
I'm waiting for the tap on the shoulder. I'm sure it's just a matter of time.
A couple more episodes. We're getting there.
Yeah, there's gonna be a nice blade, a nice cool steel right along my spine.
All I keep thinking about is Shadow MAGA. Like right now in my head, I'm just thinking Shadow MAGA.
I mean, yeah.
I think we've kind of coined the movement.
We've coined it. We better make some memes about it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna message a guy about some memes and be like, "You need to work on this."
Shadow MAGA.
Shadow MAGA.
Get it out.
All right, I need a Shadow MAGA Pepe.
It's amazing. It's not black. It's Shadow MAGA.
Yeah. Because it incorporates.
It's the shadow fighting the shadow.
And if you know what the
and the head of the snake's Obama, correct? Right? Or is Joe Rogan the head of the snake?
What snake? The The Jesus snake, the snake in the garden.
The head of the snake. I don't know.
Just
like the enemy.
The beast.
The beast.
Obama's the head of the beast.
Who's the head of?
Obama's,
he's like the face of the snake.
I think maybe the next thing we're going to encounter, perhaps. I thought it was more so the head of Mike's penis.
Mike who?
Mike Obama.
Mike Obama.
Michael Obama.
That was so sincere, dude. That was amazing. You were like, I'm just gonna slip this right in here.
I'm trying to meet you there on
me and Taylor's level.
When I tell you, I'm like, he doesn't mean me. When he said faggots he works with, he doesn't mean me. It's not actually you definitely are a faggot, and you're working on not trying to be such a faggot. That's why you're not.
You're not. I'm just talking shit.
Anyway, and I realized that, and then I was like, then he called you Hitler. Perfect. Much respect.
That's amazing. That was amazing. Well, when I say, you got to realize, I just spit out feeling. Like I'm not.
Yeah, no, I realized it was an act. I realized it was.
I don't spit out words. I spit out. I spit out vibe, feelings. Like I remember I told my one friend, I was like, yeah, faggot. I always like because he didn't realize what the word faggot meant. I was like, it's like this shit's stupid. Like it's not like you're a fag. Like I like gay people. Like it's not like that was really gay of me to even say. Like I'm a faggot for saying that.
I fucking love gay people. Shout out gay people.
Shout out to LGBT. That was really gay. But that was a prime example of being a faggot right there. But like this is being like a little like I have a definition of faggot written in my book. It's just like unoriginal or just like following like just like being a little fag. Like
it's almost
I don't know. It's just like dude.
It's equivalent to NBC.
It was a great word. It's a great word just to use. It's like fuck. It's just a great filler word. Like you fucking fag. Like it's just a great.
Yeah, people will say fuck, but we're not allowed to say fag.
Faggot. Yeah.
Okay. Whatever.
I could take it to. I was thinking about this morning, and I was like, I could talk about this on the podcast, but I don't want to.
I try not to do that, but.
I'm not gonna say it. We'll save it for a Patreon. We'll save that for a Patreon when we get. We're building. Yeah, I'll tell you about this. Maybe off. I'll tell you about this.
Yeah, no, we can. I feel like there's like a.
There's another word. It's just another word. It's the other word from faggot. You know the word.
Yeah,
it's your word.
I almost said it. I was on a tirade. I never.
It reminds me of Snickers.
Yeah, you didn't. I mean, you might as well have just.
It kind of looks like a Snicker too. But that's what words do to me. I see pictures like that's what I mean. Like so, when I say faggot, it's not like it's my artistic mind. Okay, guys.
In the lens of your eye.
Yes.
In the inner eye.
That was great, Michelle. Yeah, Big Mike, because she has a cock. That was my dad though. He literally said that. I always remember. It was so funny. He's like, I was walking downstairs. He's like, hey. He's like, she got a cock. I was like, dude, we've heard this like a year ago. He's like, oh. Yeah. It's like, come on, Dad. Stay up.
Looks real good tonight. Can't believe she didn't talk yet.
No, he was hyped up for the Trump rally. He called me.
I was hype. I mean,
I forgot about it. I had the screen. I sent you this morning. I didn't know.
I knew it was going to be going on while we were doing this. I was like, this is perfect ethos. This is perfect shit to be going on. It makes logic sense. All the rhetorical,
stars are aligned.
All the rhetorical things are hitting.
It was very cool seeing Metropolis last night. I love going to movies alone, dude. I love going to late movies. It was empty.
Alone. Were you at the Oxford?
No, I went to the one in Grand Blanc. They aren't showing it in Oxford. They showed it Grand Blanc's a beautiful theater.
GB.
Trillium, NGC it's called. Okay. But
how long of a drive?
There was a mom and a son, and they're both like autistic, and there's another mom and a son, and then there was me, and then I moved my seat and I was sitting in like the luxury section, but I had a couple drinks.
Lovely.
It was fun, dude. It was a great movie. Yeah. There's nothing like going to the movies alone. I love midnight late movies. Like, it's also fun going with like a girl, but they got to be into like movies.
Yeah,
and that's few and far between.
Yeah. Trying to determine what the best thing to do with a girl is exactly.
I would say now, just kind of hanging out.
Movie or zoo, right? Is that really fucking gay and raggedy?
Yeah, don't go to a zoo or don't go.
Zoos
Dude,
are
zoo. It's
cool.
kind of cold now. It's like getting.
But the zoo's year round. I looked it up.
You bitch.
I want to.
It's not bad weather. I don't know. You can go to a fucking cider mill. I don't know. Walking on trails are fun, but you're not really a nature guy.
Yeah. I know. I mean, walking on trails, that's the last thing I did.
I don't know. Shopping.
That's the last thing I did with a woman.
Shops.
Just going to the mall. Just going to the Great Lakes
Don't
Crossing.
go to. No, don't do that.
Go to Birmingham.
Everyone's an asshole. That was a funny video, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Take him to a comedy show.
One that I kind of felt like a faggot asking you to go to that comedy show. But
I want to go because I want to see Joseph.
Yeah.
I want to meet Joseph.
Yeah,
I'm down to meet him. Like, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know. I tried to look up everybody on that list on YouTube. I just like copy pasted everybody. A couple of them came up with it.
No, I'm down to go. I think it would be cool.
Okay.
I kind of want to meet him and just like bullshit and maybe see what he's like.
Joseph's on a similar wavelength.
Yeah, no, I do.
I think you getting around him will be really good.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
He's younger than me.
I want to meet him. That's what I mean. Like I feel like it's like it's cool. Like it's cool. I want to kind of like I feel like getting out.
Yeah. Me too. I need to get out a little bit more.
But that's always a cool thing. Like bar. I don't know. Just somewhere we can just like talk and actually hang out. Like, you know what I mean? Don't do something where you're too preoccupied. Like, do something where you can actually like talk with someone.
Yeah,
I think unless you don't want to talk with someone.
No, I do be wanting to be.
I do be want
to be doing things.
I do.
Like
be
after
one.
I get off work, let's go to like B-dubs and like just like say fucking way too loud in B-dubs.
Oh, I'm talking about when you take a girl somewhere.
Oh, we were talking about that.
Yeah.
Well, of course. I mean, me too.
Well, yeah, that's what I was giving you ideas. When I leave work, dude, I want to come the fuck home.
Yeah.
That was the thing in New York. When I left work, I didn't. Like, I wanted to like hang out still because you're like
party, guys.
It's not so much part, but it's just like I don't know. You kind of just, but then you do want to like, because I was writing, but you'd want like I wanted to like come home and write too. But it was just different. There's just like I said, different energy. But it is fun. Like I don't know. When I leave work, it's just fucking Lake Orion.
I think
I'm excited to do the Lake Orion episode. We'll do that around Christmas.
Sure.
We'll do that around Christmas. When the lights are up.
Yeah. I was driving over here. I was like, I really want to like smoke weed in a car again. I was like,
when we did it that night?
I was like, we should go like smoke weed in a car. Can we do that? That's illegal. We don't do that.
That's all I used to do. I don't care.
What's what we... I don't give a fuck. What are you going to do? What are you going to come do?
What are these...
These niggas not doing shit.
When do we have Nick Fuentes on?
We're not going to have dude.
Yeah, we will, dude. One day. Stop. You got to learn how to manifest things. Speak it and believe it, and it happens. So I'm talking about when you're being a little pussy.
Nick's conscious is actually...
You got to believe into it. You got to believe it.
Yeah, I mean, it probably could happen.
It definitely could. Why wouldn't he want to hang out with us?
I don't know, because I'm like an Asian black guy.
Oh, he doesn't like it? He doesn't like this? He hung out with Kanye.
Nah, Nick's a good...
I don't know. Like, I don't know his... I mean, you sent me that one video. It was pretty funny. But I was like, wow, this guy is...
No, he's on the same
shit. He is...
I watched this...
Does he get high?
I don't think so. No, he does no drugs. He's a virgin. He's a complete asexual.
Okay, and then he's
he's an absolute trickster. I don't even know. I think he's in a very I honestly think his mind's probably in a similar spot where mine is. If he actually hasn't had sex, he's probably in that weird spot where it's like, I really could choose a pathway of being a complete
almost
degenerate evil homosexual or a straight family homebody.
Those guys are cool though because they're powerful.
I mean, I think that's exactly what it comes down to.
Influencing out of America.
And he
degenerate homosexuals
he lives in that absolute rift of actually being able to choose what you want to do and having your own understanding of what it is to you subjectively in reality and not from
not giving a fuck. Well, that's
some objective.
I remember I texted
standard.
you and Maddie something a while back. I was like, when it was just audio, but like a radio show, it's just the subjective understanding of sound waves of what you're speaking. Like I could say, like I say faggot to 1 million people and 500,000 of them could laugh, and you know what I mean. You could take it so many different ways. Like,
yeah, when I'm in 10,000 people, I'm at Madison Square Garden.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying 1 million people. Like, you can just say like 1 million people have, but that was like connected earlier in that episode too when I was talking about how all these people have the same reactions to like flipping the car. You know what I mean? It's just so interesting how there's just how many people can just align. Like you can just figure people out. Like I don't know. It's just
what's alarming is how limited it is, and it's just like, oh yeah, I can trust you.
Yeah, it's limiting.
Or I can't trust you.
Yeah,
there is no gray area. It actually is black and white. But then
it's fun to fuck around in the black, like in that though.
But that's just that's
the
with words.
trickster. That's what I do.
Words.
The trickster stuff.
I think that's what words are spells, and spells are black and white. It's either the spell's on you or the spell's off of you, maybe.
What do you think about like when people like break down words like they mean something? Like
I think
like alcohol, like kill, like you know what I'm talking about? Like when people are like, oh, it means like this, like I'm butchering this. I can't give you.
I know what you're saying. This is we're talking about words and what they mean to people.
So but like the actual meaning behind the word, not so much what they mean to people. Where it's like when someone's like these words have like just deconstruct the word, and when like the people look at it like almost phonetic, like when it's like alcohol, it means it's al kills all. Like
I think words mean something, and I'm going to use this word. Probably phonetically,
like
how they sound,
like a deeply vibrational.
Exactly.
Sense, though. I mean, like
how it sounds to somebody, rather than an actual definitive meaning. But people have been brainwashed to believe that the definitive.
Like these sounds. They don't realize words have powers.
Exactly.
Yeah, like superpowers.
In the sonic,
the same way a hammer strikes a nail and like can build something. These words construct reality.
It's a sonic spell.
Well, they construct reality.
Waves.
They construct perception. Yeah. They construct perception because you could be a dumb fuck and not know how to do anything, but you could say all the right shit and you're just saying shit. But when push comes to shove, you can't shove it. And then that just shows that you're just full of words. You know what I'm saying? You could say, like, it's what you're just talking. But it's kind of like what happened with Yodorowski, where you're just talking, and like, but nothing comes from it.
Yeah, I was.
But that's what I'm saying. That's where words can build a perception when you. That's what I'm saying. Like when people use words in the worst way.
Or no, it's not Babylon.
Or babbling.
It's the Tower of Babel.
They're not using their words with
totally linger.
Yeah, no, it's because
American
English has become so diffuse and saturated. It actually is. Where everybody's a goddamn wizard, and it's like there's no governor on anybody's wands.
Well, people are just easily manipulated now.
And when you recite recitations that aren't yours, you're reciting spells that aren't yours. When you say you're a Nazi, you're voting for Trump, he's a rapist, and all that.
That's a good way to be reciting spells. These recitations of like these words that are just out that people just keep hearing and saying.
Mantras.
Yeah. They're not even good mantras.
Synonym.
These white mantras. Adjective. Noun.
Thesaurus.
A thesaurus is where you find cinnamon. Cinnabon.
Cinnamon.
Did you ever watch Better Call Saul? Breaking Bad though.
I never even
Breaking Bad, right?
I didn't even finish it. I'm in like season 3, and I just almost like what happened. I made it further than the first time, but now that you're saying, I said my other friends like I'm not going to let you download.
The thing is, you hung around the wrong people.
I mean, you're kind of right. You're right.
I know that, but I can always say that because I've done the same thing at times. But we still watch Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
The people I used to hang around just weren't doing anything. That's why I'm so adamant about doing things. And then I got a DUI in college, and I was like, I'm doing my shit.
Yeah.
And my friends still just kept sitting around. But I was like, that's when I started doing shit. And then I got my own apartment, wrote 3 screenplays in a year, my last year. You know, that's when I started doing shit. And
you're doing shit like you went to Prism and became Muslim. That's how you're doing shit.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah. I didn't have that kind of like experience coming out of like.
I've had hard experiences in my life where I'm just like smack the fuck out of me, where I'm like, time to.
Yeah.
I'm hard on myself, bro.
That time is like kind of.
So that's why, like, when you ask about the authority of the judgment, that is such. But now but it is it's a lot of my own trauma, I think, or just my own programming I've put into myself, where it's like my own bar, my own standard, and when I don't reach it, it pisses me off.
Yeah, and those are
that's what pisses me off, when I don't reach my standard or like reach something that's like
that's something that I need to be more adherent to.
But I've gone through things that may like, you know, I don't know. I've just always, like I said, like I don't know if I told you this. I used to do like when I was 8 years old, from like 8 to like 13, 14, until I started working out consistently. Like I used to do 100, 200 sit-ups a day because I wanted a 6-pack when I was not 8. That's weird, right? It's kind of weird. No one told me to do that. It's because I wanted to look a certain way.
Yeah.
America told me to do that.
You wanted to dance with Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
You wanted to hang out with Michael Jackson.
No, I wanted to look good. Like 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old, dude.
Wade Robeson was fucking.
It's weird.
Perfect. You know, as
my dad he didn't push me in anything. My dad never pushed me in anything.
I was aware of like how important it would be to have abs. I get that idea, but I wasn't doing no 200 sit-ups. I think
it's weird.
maybe my weird body stuff comes more of like a weird like mild anorexia and like weird.
You got a cool body.
Yeah, I've got. I mean, I definitely think it's because
you don't eat much.
One meal a day.
It's so weird, dude. It's very weird. I'm friends or I get really close with a lot of people that don't eat much. It's weird.
We don't need that much.
You don't? No.
I drink a lot of water.
Water's better than you for food. Yeah, no. I mean, overeating, you're just a pig.
I'm gonna go eat Chipotle after this.
Well, this is nice work.
Yeah.
You're rewarding yourself.
Can I go potty? Can we pause for a moment? I hate to kill.
No, yeah, you're good.
I think it's decent time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I have my microphone backwards.
I got mine right.
Yeah, you're good. So we had a blessing from the aliens.
Wait, is it right in? Yeah.
Right into it.
Yeah, it's very odd. You were talking about.
I was talking about it.
I got this footage I got to show you, Jacob, of these aliens that I caught, and then we were outside looking up at the night sky,
clear, beautiful, deep sky
in secluded, beautiful Michigan, and it was a
lot of stars out, very dark.
A lot of stars, despite these retarded neighbors with their absurd lights.
These ex-military,
just
porky.
Not enough derogatory terms for these people.
Not enough. And they wouldn't even hurt their feelings. Wouldn't even register. That's the sad thing. That's what's sad. But all right.
We saw
deep
a UFO.
Deep into the sky. Deep.
It changed.
The same thing I saw.
Direction. It seemed to change. I mean,
I think what it did. I think it was
just a closer eye on it than I.
I just think it was distancing from the planet because it was dimming, but it was far too high in the sky to be an airplane.
So coming towards us,
too fast to be a satellite. No, I was saying it was more so just projecting into the darkness, the abyss of that. What is space? And that's what I similarly saw last time. And that's what's so crazy because I was literally talking about it, and then I was just like, oh, look, there's an alien. And then you're like, oh, yes, I see. Like it was just so mad. Like it was just like, there it is. Like
it was kind of in the center between the two of us, actually. Like it was really easy for us to both line up on between.
We saw it. It's not some bullshit. This really is no bullshit.
I mean, numbers really do take the illusion out of everything. If you just pay attention, you're constantly meant to be in sort of.
I wonder what time it was when that happened.
It's probably similar to the time that you recorded it. That's what I was thinking. I was like, is it like around the same time that it's been passing over you? Maybe. I mean, could it have been a satellite? We should think about the debunking.
No, it was 10:50 because I literally remember. I remember the time. It was 10:50 when I recorded the previous. I was in the front yard, and that was going across the sky.
I mean, how can you, even watching a video of a satellite move across the night sky in real time, I mean, it can never account for the distance you are IRL. I don't know how quickly a satellite moves across the sky, but the way that it was moving, it doesn't look like a satellite. It looked like a
ship.
Well, the way that it was leaving a streak in the sky was unconvincing. I mean, I don't know how many different kinds of UFOs there are.
This is what I was.
That's the thing.
All right, Jacob, it wasn't in the sky. It was in space, and we were looking through the sky because it's night. You can see through the sky into space. That's what we saw. That's why I'm saying, if it was a satellite, you would think you would see more satellites, right? Correct, because there's a shit ton of satellites out there. Correct.
Sure. Maybe there's
maybe the sun or some moonlight was hitting this, and we saw it for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
But it was far too faint, but it was moving too consistently, and it was moving quickly. We saw a spaceship flying by Earth. Couldn't have been. It was a spaceship flying by Earth, and I'll just go with that.
It wasn't an airplane, that's for sure.
Because it was in space.
An airplane's like blank. The lights on them.
You know when something's in the sky.
It was an odd streak.
The UFO. It wasn't in the atmosphere, dude. It was in space. It's like when you see
stars. It was amongst stars.
Yes, it's like when you see a shooting star.
It was a turquoise streak.
It was like
a faint turquoise streak, kind of. That's what I think.
Well, no, It's no bullshit. We saw it. I'll post. You know what? I'm gonna post. I'll put in the footage of the one from last summer.
Right here.
Right here.
Okay.
We're just unearthing all types of things.
Unconcealing the concealed.
Yes. Maybe we should call our show like the Grant and Jacob Files.
Yeah. How about we love Germans? How about we just...
Dude. The Nazi, like, we always tend to get to this, but I don't even want to get to it.
Dude, the Germans...
They had a lot of cool knowledge, I'll just say this.
The Germans
they had their
real
fingers
blacks.
on a lot of things.
The Germans are the real Jews.
The real Jews, yeah. The Nazis are the real Jews.
Yeah, the Germans are...
They were pissed.
The originals.
They were pissed.
Yeah, dude. They're like, we have no real home. Everybody wants us dead.
It's kind of like when when you create a style and then everyone starts taking it and then you're like, fuck that, and I'm going to kill. Yeah.
And then they say you never existed and you weren't shit.
Exactly.
And they were always them and they just ripped off your whole photo. Yeah.
Yep.
Photo.
Germany.
Shout out all of the German philosophy from Nietzsche to Heidegger.
You know I'm 50% German.
Dude, I'm jealous.
50% German, about like over 25% Armenian, and then the rest is like Irish and some other things.
I'm just fucking like Chinese, Korean, black.
But none of that stuff really affects me. I guess it does. Like, I guess I look Armenian. I don't know.
I feel like I'm so diluted that the whole thing about being an American is being a diluted human being.
Well, the thing is, your mind is American. You're not American. Your mind is American.
Yeah, the psychology. Yeah, sure.
Because you're not like you're not.
What is
a melting pot? America's a melting pot.
Yeah.
Like, what's American? A Native American.
Maybe that shedding.
I always thought about like
maybe shedding that identity is difficult. Maybe that's. I mean, yeah. Maybe you'd have to live in a different country for a while, or maybe.
Yeah. No. I mean, living other places does do that. Yeah. Well, I mean, that does that to like your identity to
I don't think
your
I'm
high school. I mean, this goes back to the high school.
I don't think I'm like a Michigander or I'm like a Lake Orion graduate. I mean, I didn't go to a graduation. Like,
I'm not like that. That's what this goes back to. That like, what do you identify with? And
I mean, this goes back. Well, this is.
Or like, you're not like I'm not like a college grad. You know what I mean? Goes back to the degree. Goes back to the.
Sure.
I guess the thing I used to associate myself most with the poet as a poet, but I was like, just shut up. Like, no one does that. Yeah, no, just shut the fuck up.
Who do you think you are? You think you were Edgar Allan Poe, nigga?
Yeah, so it's just like, I don't know. I guess you can just say like filmmaker or this, whatever people. It's basically just whatever people perceive you as, really. But I know what I am in my, I know what I am down core. But it's like, why even? Yeah. What's the point of doing? Right. Just keep showing that. That's what I was talking. I think I was talking about in the last episode about like having genius to shine through, and that goes back to writing, where it's like show rather than tell, describe a scene rather than say like he just went through shit. Show the shit, and that's the difference between a good lyricist and a good art. Like good. That's when I talk about like levels of art, where it's like okay, and that's how I feel about like the Joker movies. It's like they're just like showing shit, but it's like, or they're just like saying, you know what I mean, like surface levels of saying some stuff, and that appeals to the masses. But it's like dive in and show us something, and that's like it goes back to like the old saying, "Show us rather than tell." And I love the old saying, like just on the nose too, like things like those are just good things, good advice, just little tidbits. Did you hear something?
Yeah, it sounds like Trump. No, it's Ghostbusters. It's Ghostbusters. Mom's watching Ghostbusters. You don't hear that? It's Ghostbusters.
Yeah, but why is the TV on?
No, she just turned.
Door.
God, what a bunch of losers. That's so crazy, dude. That's so crazy.
He was having a party. That's.
God, I hope the aliens shoot their fucking. I hope that Will Smith shows up here and slaps the shit out of this guy.
My dad's gonna be so hyped about this moment. He's like, "We have those too."
Why is it? No, man, of all things he could have played, what a fucking retarded thing to play. He probably really liked the newest Ghostbusters, too. No, I think that the guy from Stranger Things did a really good job. I think
this guy's just like
I think Finn did a really good job, and I don't care that he's gay.
He's just like a dumbass from high school who just joined the army and like.
Oh, so he probably loves everything that Netflix puts out and like Hulu.
Like I said, he lives at his wife's parents' house.
Oh, he's no country for old man guy. I see. Very good. He runs a gas station and just does what his wife says.
Security guard. Like, what do you do after the army?
If
yeah. Or something. I don't know. Like,
I don't know, mister. What do you think I do?
You get your GI Bill. You bought like guys I know. They either bought like a Beamer or like they got a down.
Was there ever a good war that anybody fought in?
Payment for a home, and that's they're just living off that, and like their medical, like their medical, like I don't know. Joining the army is like doing that. So it's like. It's pretty funny. It's because it's just like you're just getting all these. It's very liberal almost because you're just getting benefit. It's like you're kind of getting like all these like you're kind of like on welfare, but you're not because you did like 4 years. You know what I'm saying?
I got approached by.
I just know people because I lived with a guy in the army and he was this fucking dumb fuck.
You know, I got approached by somebody like an army recruit while I was working at Target, and I went to the interview and everything.
Well, you're more general. You have potential.
Yeah, no,
you're more than just like some fucking.
I have rhetorical knowledge.
You have a mind that could maybe. You could maybe blackmail. You have skills that they would like.
I think the thing is I understand rhetoric so well that I deny myself knowing it and my ability to utilize rhetoric.
One of the first things you told me was like the weirdest thing anyone ever told me ever. You're like, you shook my hand. You're like, I'm going to learn everything about you. I was like, who the fuck tells anybody that?
This is a fucking retard.
You're crazy. I was like,
well,
but I liked it though. I was like, I know what he's doing, but I was like, this kid's a fucking nut.
Well, you must have said something that like.
You're like, you came back. I'll get you. You came back. You like shook my hand. I wrote down my phone number. You like shook my hand like this.
Yeah, because
I'm like inner wizard. You're like, I'm about to learn everything about you.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think
who the fuck says that?
Well, I think I already had the comedic mindset. I was like, this will be funny. I don't even think about it.
No, it was like
that's just one of those I don't even think about saying. I think for sure.
It was kind of cucked.
Yeah, dude, I'm a huge faggot.
No, it was great because that won me over. I was like, okay, I know this kid's committed.
The problem is, told me everything.
Oh, I know. I've realized this over time.
She told me your whole resume. I'm like, oh, this guy's got a whole YouTube channel, huh? He's got a whole.
No, and it's like I'm not that. That's what I'm like. These fuckers think I'm something that's not like. But you guys, oh, dude, it was. I'm like, I realized it's also Thomas probably looked at my shit too. I feel like.
Yeah.
So and it was funny because I told Thomas I was like, yeah, great. I'm like she hires great people, and Thomas's face though was like he was like upset because he probably had a lot of say in the hiring process for me or something. Because I feel like he was more like I don't know, but
he was just some Minecraft jerk.
He was just like he was just like. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
No, it's our mom 2.0.
No, Karen's a shit. I love Karen.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, tell me about the hiring process real quick. Because now I've learned, because she's asking about this one kid who's a film student, and I'm like, I told her, and I'm like, well, I'm probably going to melt his brain. Like, you and I talked to this film student who just like, he's going to be like, I'm going to tell him things. I'm like, well, do you want to get fucked in the asshole a lot? Oh, then go ahead.
Well,
there's things I don't know if his little mind's prepared. Well, we don't even know this kid, so
yeah,
he could be super sick. He could be fun to have on the podcast too. He's like 19.
I'm lost. What are we talking about?
She's hiring a new person.
Who? No, she's
at the store.
We already have all the new people.
No, there's this new kid she's about to hire. He's 19. He's a film student. That's what I mean.
Oh,
there's this little young.
Oh no!
Dude, what happened?
She can't hire him.
Willie Ollie Ray.
You remember his name? I couldn't for the life of me remember his name. Oh, she shouldn't hire this guy. He won't last.
She's asked me a lot about him. She's going to interview him, yeah.
Oh.
She's told me all about him.
It'll be interesting.
And this is why I'm connecting back to when you guys hired me. So I'm understanding the hiring process a little bit.
It'll depend. He's obviously a black guy with that name.
Is he? I don't think so. She says he sounds pretty good. But we're gonna melt his little brain.
Pretty sure she confirmed it, or maybe she just laughed at it because it was funny because I said that because I'm a racist piece of shit at work.
Well, she didn't talk to him yet, and she told me the next day that she called him and she's gonna bring him in for an interview Wednesday. And then the other guy's coming in too. And she said she called him and he's in the car. This guy sounds like a fucking idiot. She's like talking to him.
Oh no, the second guy's a loser.
Yeah, and she's like, "Hi, I'm calling for the interview." He's like, "What's up?" She's like, "Well, do you want a job?" Like,
it's real easy, buddy.
But yeah, so we'll see what happens. But no, tell me about the hiring process. Like, what did she say when you guys got my shit?
I think I just
because like I told you, you answered the phone. Dude, my first thought when you answered the phone, I think I've told you this before too. I answer it the
same. I was
like, well, this guy's a real tight ass. I was literally just like,
I answer the phone the same way.
I was like,
at Target. That's just how I answer it.
I was like, this guy. You were just sounding like a pencil.
Yeah, like there was something up my butt.
Yeah, that's literally what I imagined.
That's exactly right.
So then what happened? What did she's like, hey, there's this guy, he worked in New York.
She's like, oh, I thought you might like this. Or I don't know. She just told me. She just enlightens me of like what's on the resume. She'll just like read it down because she
my resume's bomb.
Yeah. It's better than Ray William Johnson or whatever the fucking other guy.
Like his I've worked there.
Well, he wrote his GPA on. He didn't even lie about it.
He's like literally from high school, man. He's a young guy.
2.5. You guys a goddamn retard.
Oh my god, dude.
That's what mine was.
Dude, you don't get it. He's either a little faggot and we're gonna melt his brain, or he's primed for us.
Yeah.
Like we can mold him.
We're gonna do both, probably. Yeah. Or he's gonna leave. You can't handle it, or whatever. I'm going to bully this guy.
No, we're not. I think he can give us a good insight to the young generation.
Yeah,
which is needed.
A little poke at him.
He's an experiment.
He's our little
toy.
He doesn't realize I don't care about sin. You still care about sin. I will just keep bombarding you with it, dude.
Yeah. All right. Let's hire this little fucker. All right. So anyway, tell me back to my hiring process.
You're here now, and you're a valuable asset to the team.
Yeah, that's good. Must mind now. I'm gonna win. That's the run show.
Communism.
I want to know that. Yeah, it is the you are a little you have it in you. I'm trying to eradicate it from you. I'm trying to save you, Jacob.
It's necessary for survival.
That message you sent me, I was like, who the fuck? What is this guy trying to? Does he want me not to talk anymore?
In order for us to be part of once the world.
Don't you realize this is America though?
World War III is going to happen. It's going to be like America, India, U.S. or America, Iran, China, and Russia. It's gonna be like major superpowers, and you're gonna have to be like.
We're already in World War III.
I'm
sexting Russians.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about the major, none of the middle.
We need to make friends with the Russians. You don't get it.
Russian.
That's why Trump's boys with Putin.
Yeah, but and Putin's boys with China. No, are they not? Who knows?
You need to make connections with the Asians. I'll say this. The
Asians are in charge of the alien connection.
These Asians don't give a fuck. Yeah. That's a scary thing. They have no connection to God.
No, yeah, that's why
Russia's kind of scary too. They don't America still has a connection to God. And then the ones in America are the ones that don't are the ones running America because, they're running a business. But most of America still has this deep connection to God.
And the Asians are the exact ones to usher in the psyop that these aliens are like Christian entities and gods and stuff because they're not susceptible to the awe of seeing like angels and demons. That's why the Asians are the perfect diplomats for alien contact.
Taylor in the last episode, she goes, "These Japs." And that was our uncle. Did you like that? You like that? Nice. Classic. Taylor was cool. I asked you earlier, you never said anything, but Taylor's pretty cool, right?
She's solid. She didn't, she doesn't hesitate.
Oh, she's biased. Dude, we're going to do a big episode one time. It's going to be amazing.
The election night bash.
I think we should that or like a Halloween, and then I don't know. It just depends how we schedule it out. Like,
yeah, I haven't jacked off in like.
Oh yeah,
so
the previous challenge, whatever happened. I literally listened to some of that episode previously, and I was like, we need.
So basically, I tried to watch Caligula yesterday. I'm like, oh, this will be fine. I'll watch Caligula. That's a good piece of film, and it's like mostly pornographic. I'm like, I gotta turn this off. It's kind of triggering me a little bit.
I don't know. What do you think about porn? Yeah, let's just talk about porn.
We just talk about porn for a little bit.
Because I know a lot about porn. When was the first time you were exposed to porn?
Great. Like 5th grade.
Okay.
Maybe 5th or 6th grade. Maybe not. No. It would 6th or 7th grade. Probably like 6th into 7th grade. It wouldn't have been 5th grade. 5th grade's crazy, right?
Me, you want to hear some wild shit? It's like 3rd grade. I started like Googling boobies and stuff.
That's
and then my dad. So this is where we get into it.
My dad used to get these SIM cards. You remember DirecTV? I don't know if you ever had like satellite and stuff. You used to have to get SIM cards and then put it into your box. My dad used to get like jailbroken SIM cards. You know, I'm telling you, my dad is the shit.
Your dad's Prometheus, dude.
He is, man. Look at the room we're in. He created this. He is. You don't get it. Like, he's the man. He's going to be on the podcast. I want to have a big old thing where we'll just, not everyone even has to be on mic, but we can maybe hand mics around if anyone wants to say some shit.
Vibes.
Yeah, vibes. Election night in the basement. I'm pushing for it.
That's good.
I'm pushing for it.
Yeah, should.
But he used to get these cards, and you used to get like all the free pay-per-views, movies you have to pay money for it. That's why I'm in a movie. Like I used to see everything for free. All the HBOs, all the WrestleMania, all the pay-per-view, all the porn. There was parental guidance. I figured out the code.
Dude, I used to watch so much porn when I was like 8 years, 9 years old, 10 years. Like, why? It definitely affected I'll submit like porn, like, hey.
But hey, it's.
Once you are able to.
But it's a sick thing. But at the same time, it is. It's beautiful. Some of the shit is beautiful. Dude, porn is beautiful.
It really.
Some of the artists they're good. It's very erotic. There's a whole erotic world. Man, like erotica is so fun. Like,
I don't.
Just dive in. But like people love it. It's a part of the mind. It goes back to what I was saying in the last episode. Like there's parts of the mind. And there's this whole part of the mind, dude. I
love sex. Like sex is this crazy shit.
You see,
it's like so fun.
But that's the thing. Porn isn't sex, though.
No, it's not.
It's different. It's different.
But when you're having sex, it is.
Yeah, I gotta do that.
You gotta do that.
I gotta probably get on that in the next month. If I don't do it in the next month, I'll probably kill myself.
You'll have it, man. Don't worry.
And that's the other thing. I'm trying not to fucking rushing. I don't
know. It's bomb, man. It's the funnest thing.
It feels weird to like plan and like.
But like, it has to be with the right person, yeah.
Exactly, and it's like I don't know, somebody you're worth having a child with at the very least, just in case it happens. Unless you're, I don't mind abortion. I don't give a shit. But I mean, I
you just gotta be good at it.
Hopefully, you're not you're doing it with somebody that likes or would do that. I don't know.
But they have to be skilled as well.
I don't know, dude.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah, I just gotta stop being a faggot. I couldn't imagine doing it with somebody that I wasn't comfortable doing it with.
But I mean, yeah, man, it's like I'm trying to find like a good metaphor for it, other than just like, because I've had like sex for like hours, like at times sometimes.
It's like gooning, but not gooning, but it's
actually sex.
Imagine,
yeah. Imagine what that's like. Exactly. Yeah.
It's bomb.
Wait, you're saying I don't have to look at my phone
and just stroke my hand on my and keep salivating over myself?
Wait.
Yeah, dude, it's bomb.
Somebody will hang out with me.
But like I said, it depends on the person. A lot of people suck nowadays. But there's some nasty women, but there's nasty men. It's just like it's like nights like tonight where like you got the Aurora Borealis. We got Shadow MAGA coming to emergence.
I think the biggest...
We got a bomb podcast we're killing. Like, you don't meet someone you can just fuck all the time with. Like, it's just like an artist that like a true artist that gets famous once. Like, it just happens once in a while. It's just like it goes back to like showing versus telling. Like, you can force things. Like, this is what the real metaphor is. Like, you can force something or it naturally happens. That's showing versus telling, and that's what I was trying to get to. Truly, it's like, and that's sex, or that's like a relationship. Like, I think people jump into relationships because they're lonely, or not even lonely, but they're like, they feel like you said, like high school, where it's like you feel like this perception around you where you want to be like you're in. But now you're native, we'll fit into society at large because everyone's trying to do that. And then within, at a micro level, you're trying to fit in with the group, and you might be in a stupid relationship or something. But
I think I'm just hesitant because it could entail anything.
Well, there's a lot of emotions that go into a relationship as well, and those emotions create reality. And that's why I put a lot of emotions into art, because I realized that, like, for now, like, let's just create cool shit.
And it really just boils down to me being afraid to confront reality.
On a real mental illness. You've inspired me in a sense where it's like, hey, dude, like, relationships are like.
No, you caught me at like, I'm like, you caught a person like in a real like mental illness, like for being a virgin for how old am I? 28 or whatever. Like pornography being what it is, not even.
I mean, what do you like about pornography?
I don't like.
I watched porn
I don't like
any. I watched porn this morning. It was amazing. I'll say that. There was the guy was really weird, but the woman was beautiful. Like,
I am analytical.
There was things I've done in real life too. Like, I watch porn now as a like.
See, this is.
I watch porn to relate to things I've done, so it like triggers memories in my mind.
You know what it is
to make me like.
It's an AGP thing. It's an autogynephilic thing.
What is that? I've never heard of that.
This is autogynephilic. This is me like having a desire to like wanting to be like dressed like a woman and live a life as a woman. That's what it stems from. I have a real deep interest.
Okay, well, let's get into it. So you have this. You are into tranny shit. So what is that? Like, do you want to be a woman?
No, I don't have the balls, nor the will, or the money to do something like that. I don't have the.
Yeah, but like when you say things like the AG, what is that?
That's just an abbreviation for autogynephiliac.
Yeah, but like that whole vibe, like what is that? You just brought, like, what is that?
That is the desire to dress like a woman or live a life like a woman, or just being essentially just like coveting like womanhood or.
No, I'll say this. You seem like a very competitive person, and then you had someone like Bruce Jenner, who was an extremely competitive person, one of the most dominant athletes in the world at a point, and now he's a woman. He said that competition drove him because he was a man, but he felt like lesser of things because he felt like a woman inside, and that's what drove that excellence almost to prove himself that he was better than everyone. And that sport track has that ability to like compete. So is there any resonance there? Why you feel so ultra? Well, no. Hang on. Well, I feel like you're an ultra competitive person. I feel like you're a competitive person.
That's just the Asian nature of.
Yeah, but you're a competitive person.
I mean, that's just
no. It's not an Asian nature. I think that's your spirit. That's why you're Asian.
Yeah.
That's why you're Asian. Because you could have lived 100. You could have lived 20 lives before this, but right now you're Asian, and these Asians are. That's why you're composed of Asian skin right now. You're a competitive spirit, just like Bruce Jenner was, but he wanted to be a woman. I don't know. It's just.
I think it's just.
It goes to the spiritual level of like wanting to be some.
We were talking about moms earlier, and then I have 2 sisters as well. You have 2 sisters, so it's just being around that.
The femininity.
I haven't like really dissected my childhood as far as like what could push me towards.
You want to hear a wild thing? Like,
sure.
I used to like throw out our garbage when I was 10 around here. Like all the garbage is upstairs, and there'd be pads and tampons in it. And some men don't even see a pad or tampon until they're like 25 or married or something, and that is retarded. And whereas I just grew up with it like every day. Like it was nothing.
Oh ja,
I
your ribs. Look out, I know what blood and metal smells like. I know what it smells like.
Tastes like.
I know what pussy smells like.
I know what it tastes like.
Yeah, I don't know what it tastes like exactly.
Yeah.
I fingered somebody before.
Hey, there it is.
I'm not that. People give me so much.
You're a very charismatic guy, dude.
I have to be.
Well, you are, though. That's your spirit.
The way my mom programmed me.
Dude, your mom's a shit.
Yeah.
I want to meet your mom. Your mom sounds like my mom a bit. Because my mom worked at GM. My mom worked at Lockheed Martin, too, which are very big corporate companies. Lockheed Martin, yeah, we're killing motherfuckers. In Texas, she did. She got the job there.
Nice.
Secretary,
No
though.
problem.
She always wanted to move up, though, but she told me that they wouldn't allow her. She worked back. She was a little older than your mom, so, like, GM. What?
Did it go off? The screen went off.
Did it just happen?
Yeah.
The battery for this might be dead. Hang on.
All right.
I think the camera's still recording. Hang on.
Okay.
So stay a tenant.
I'm staying a tenant. Your mom's working at Lockheed Martin. She's doing not secretary work exactly, but
Secretary work, but they would never let her move up. But she always had like the drive to.
your mom is too good-hearted to move up in Lockheed Martin.
Yeah, that when it's funny now because I explained to her like what like she thought it is very cool. Like she would take us to a lot of she would take us to shows.
Yeah, when they were showing the Iron Man suit off. When they were hanging with Robert Downey Jr. in the real Iron Man suit.
No, she would take us to air like the Blue Angels and things like that. And, like,
Hell yeah.
She got treated well. Like corporate, like if you have a nice corporate position,
dude, here's a
nice corporate, they'll take care of you. Like they will. And she got taken care of, and then she was able to retire and yada yada yada.
Have you ever played on a slot machine without real money, but you just have infinite tokens to play with?
No,
Really?
No. What do you think I am?
Okay, well, I went to an airfield one time, and I just had that setup. You said like hanging out like blue.
Mm.
It was like two, maybe one or two.
I was like 3 or 4. I was
Okay.
I was like 2 maybe. I was a baby.
Maybe it's just like a gambling thing. I think Asians have a weird thing with gambling. My mom's always like talking about
I think
Asians have a
everyone
weird.
does. I think your mom just has like a real view on the world a bit. And
Mom's
like,
racist, dude.
yeah, dude, your mom
racist
sounds
as hell.
Your mom sounds awesome.
She thinks Asians are fucking up.
Your mom sounds awesome. She sounds awesome. I would love to have her on the podcast. I think she'd like me.
Yeah, she would, because you just like hang out with her son.
She's like, oh yes, you're hanging with my boy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I have a whole thing in my mind the other night. I was like,
This tastes like rubbing alcohol.
This is now if you're mama sitting up this is how I can write, because I imagined this whole thing in my brain about you and the last episode or things, and like it was like I was gonna be like, yeah, Jacob, I hung out with your cousins the other night, and they were like, yeah, Jacob Berry, he always sad. Jacob Berry always sad. Jacob Berry, he's so hard on himself. Jacob Berry hard on himself. Jacob never happy. Jacob never happy. And I was just dying in my brain, dude. I was like, I gotta bring it up. I was like, Jacob never, he's so hard on himself. I was like, dude, I talked to your cousin the other day, and he was just like, Jacob's so hard on himself all the time. Never happy. Never happy. Jacob not happy. Jake not happy. When you do the Asian voice, when you do like the deep tone, it's amazing. You're like, oh, Jake no. And then you're older, he's like, Jake never happy. Jacob always looking at his feet.
It's like a King Kong. It's like Monkey King Kong.
Jacob always looking at feet. I don't know what that was, but Jacob never happy. Jacob never happy.
That's so good. Yeah. No.
Jacob never happy. Always sad. Jacob always sad. He always looking down at feet. Jacob never girlfriend. No girlfriend. Jacob always sad. No girlfriend. What girlfriend? Jacob always girlfriend. He missed a comedy. He missed a thing. He's like, Jacob think he's funny. What is that? He'll never find wife. He think he's funny guy. That's like Chinese. I don't know what that was, but I was thinking more laid back. Have you seen Gran Torino? Great movie.
Nope.
Oh my God. You need to see it. Are you Hmong?
I'm not Hmong.
No, Hmong.
Hmong?
Do you know Hmong?
I just pronounce the G in things nowadays.
Yeah, Hmong.
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 Guh.
That's like a thing, right?
Yeah. The The Baldwin McDonald's by the mall used to be Hmong run. Like the kitchen used to be like strictly Hmong. I don't know if it's like It's certainly not like that anymore.
Jake no happy. Jake my side. Jake no girlfriend. Got my girlfriend.
That's really good. You really got it down to something there.
Well, it's like a twang. I told you the Asians are like it's like a twang.
Asians adopt.
I love Asians love me. You need to read my book.
Asians are the best.
That's why I went to New York. It was an Asian.
Yeah.
He wanted to fuck me. He wanted me to be his boyfriend.
He wanted to make you into.
But he was from China. No, he's a little
faggot.
He was older. Yeah, no.
Oh.
Older guy.
Oh, that's nice.
Little worm. He's the worm. I'm not going to give you the book now, but you'll read it soon. That was.
No, I think I just I'm just gonna keep that to myself.
It's no God.
Something just like occurred to me, and I was like, I'll just keep that to myself. It's fine.
It's fine.
Perfect.
Probably a good thing.
Yeah, it's probably perfectly good.
You need to start doing that more, dude.
I just don't trust myself. I don't know.
Like in what sense?
I don't even know why I said that.
Yeah.
I've trapped myself.
What don't you trust about yourself?
Maybe my intuition. Maybe I've just been taught that my intuition is incorrect, but it's actually...
I think you have an intuition. I think your logical mind will misguide it sometimes.
Yeah, too many blocks.
Everybody has this.
Yeah, exactly. Just gotta sort it out.
Well, that's what I think living life. I think some people have, on Earth, like you have to like live a life, and then I think other people are here to like sort things out. And then others are here to create. I don't know. It's a weird thing.
You should do all these things. It's all these things.
We're all doing these things.
You're just sorting out. You're creating.
I've sorted out tonight.
I've been sorted.
It's like, shit really doesn't fucking matter anymore. Get yours, get your own, and understand that.
It's just breaking out of that box and participating in reality, manifesting what you have in your mind, and actually doing things.
Well, people need to stop being so fucking nice.
People
are afraid to
we can talk like that, but I mean, people aren't. There's going to be a certain mass of people that aren't going to. Nothing's actually going to change, really. It's necessary. It's necessary for the.
They're just under their father's wings still. Yeah, they don't want to live. They don't want to live their own life.
That's individual.
They want to keep living within the family, and they'll perpetuate. They'll find a girl that is similar to their mom.
Yeah,
they'll have a baby, and then she's like, "Is this like their mom?"
My mom's cool.
Well, no, it's not a bad thing, but you know what I'm saying? Where it's just like...
There is that, like, oh, I want to... There is that motherly...
It's just the family fits in. I don't know. It just goes back to that thing where I wrote down about the definition of a faggot. And it's just like following, not being very unique or original, or just kind of like following your own path.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe that's just being a man. Like, a man has the ability, like, how many women, I guess any woman could just go out there and fuck any guy and get pregnant and, like, start their own family type shit. But it's like, a lot of men have the abilities to kind of go out and venture and put their seed. I mean, that's what it is.
Up until this point in time. But I think that's the thing.
But you still can do that.
Be a woman and...
Well, be a man and just go fuck anyone and like get them pregnant.
Yeah, I mean, what is it about being a man that you can just like lay your seed in someone, have a child, and really, I mean, if you really wanted to ignore it, you wouldn't be that hard to.
No, it wouldn't.
I mean,
the legal process has come in, and you got to pay. But that's the man.
Yeah,
that's what set aside God, because like you said, you were about to jump in that sense about like being a Christian man. That wouldn't allow you. It wouldn't allow me to do that. Being a Catholic-born boy.
Yeah, like, being that, and I don't believe in condoms. Condoms are gay. If you use condoms
I've never used a condom.
Yeah, I mean, if you've used a condom and only had condom sex, you're gay, or you're still.
It's kind of like fucking your friend in the asshole.
Yeah. It's kind of like fucking a Gatorade bottle. If you've only had sex with women with condoms on, you're kind of like fucking a G2 bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way,
I didn't use a lot of condoms with my girlfriends. So.
it just seems retarded. It just like
it is.
if you're doing the act, it's like why are you?
It's I think it's a.
Or if she's a son, I mean,
I think it's well, it's a barrier of intimacy.
Exactly.
And it's almost like I said, very robotic.
It's just submission. It's just submission to
dude.
To the
I remember you told me that. I remember you told me that.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I never used really condoms.
Why would you? It's fucking gay and retarded.
Well, if you had a girl that made you use, like if you were to, it'd be weird to be like in a relationship with someone for like a year and like she still made you use condoms. Right?
Maybe she likes the feeling of like a
maybe her dad just like spanked her. Like I don't know. Like maybe her dad was just like really strict and like lived in like a
he only fucked her with condoms on. Her dad.
So like she's like, well, if my dad only fucks me with condoms, you have to fuck me with condoms.
Exactly.
That makes sense. Exactly. Logical. Yeah, dude, take your phone out of the fucking shot. Jesus Christ, we're gonna have to reshoot this whole goddamn thing. Do you remember what we said?
Yeah, I gotta sleep outside.
I'm joking. That's the level of perfection I work at. That's Mishap, Jacob.
Phones are in the shop.
It's a discrepancy in the symmetry.
Yeah.
My eyes are hurt.
I'm sorry.
God damn.
I was there for at least 10, 15 minutes, maybe.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, it was.
I'm sorry. I'm looking away right now because I can't even look.
Stare at the floor. What if we did a whole episode you were like in like a gimp outfit? Like Pulp Fiction, like just like, and no one knew, like it was you, but you were talking, but you were just like in a full body, like leather.
Can't
like,
see the mouth move.
Yeah, you're just, that would be pretty funny.
Yep, exactly.
We need to do more things like that. We're getting there.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah.
That would be really funny.
I was watching 2000. It kind of reminds me of the scene where they try to get away from Hal in 2001, and where he can't hear them, but it's just like he's like, I can see your guys' mouths moving.
Dude, this isn't recording.
That's fine. We can just have a picture of somebody.
Just have a picture of like Hal looking at us, just the camera.
I know what we've been talking about.
What?
That's been recording for a while.
What? It wasn't that long. It was like less than 20 minutes. It was like 50. It wasn't even 15. I don't think it's been that long.
Were we talking about aliens?
I don't think we got any aliens yet. Maybe a little bit, not heavily. I don't know how to talk about it.
That last 20 minutes is gone.
Video-wise? That's all, dude, we're an audio podcast. We're about sine waves and waves and shit.
I don't know. I'm really confused because, like, it was that one. Have we only been talking for 6 minutes?
It hasn't been that long since
what
we
time
started
is it.
It's not even 10. Guarantee it's not even 10. It's 10:04. We started at 10:50 or 9:50 maybe.
It was 1:30. All right.
You went and talked to your mom at like 10:45 maybe.
Whoa.
It hasn't been that long.
None of that stuff recorded.
On that, yeah, it's fine.
Whoa.
It was okay.
And it was fine, but I thought we were talking for like 20 minutes, dude. It's only been 6 minutes, really.
We talked for like 56 earlier, and I was like, wow.
Well, no, I paused it. It was at 1:38. It's at 1:45. I came back over here. I thought I hit the record button. Not recording.
Time is maybe the time.
Now we get into the time question. That was crazy.
The thing, I mean, time has to be what are the odds that time is calibrated exactly the same for that device as it is for that device? Is it it's probably legally sanctioned that devices are calculated for the same.
I give you now. But
it depends on the degree of the device and what it's
now.
doing. So, like, this is a really creative device. So there's probably weird government regulations that it has to adhere to as far as like how many milliseconds is a millisecond, how many seconds. Because it's all human made. It's not actually real. It's all made up, and then it's all regulated. So I mean, the camera's probably more exact as far as time than that is because. For some reason.
No, we're fine. You went, I don't know what. No, we're fine because I'll just, like you said, I'll just put an image in.
Exactly.
All that audio recorded, the video just didn't.
In that video, This is a podcast.
I'll put like a picture of just like a naked Russian girl.
Something hot.
Yeah.
Something real good.
I could just put like softcore porn on there.
Yeah. With a dick.
Yeah.
You don't have to show it, just bulge. Just a suggestion.
Male and female.
Amelia, a girl with a dick.
Oh.
I don't want to do this.
We'll figure something out.
This is vulgar. Is this ever going to be a family podcast? This isn't for families at all.
I think it's for like the older kid in the family.
Yeah. The 13-year-old.
The older kid. Like you. And then you show the siblings. Like Taylor. And you show us like, yo, these guys are kind of cool. The guy in the sweater is kind of a fag, but and the other kid's just out of his mind, but they're doing something.
Yeah, they're doing something, I guess. Yeah, no, I used to have like an uncle that lived with me in my mom's home.
Yeah, I
say
heard
my
that.
mom's home. Have I said that? Have you had that? Have you had your uncle live with you before?
When I was in Texas, my uncle lived with us in Texas in our house.
Yeah, it happens. Your mom's brother
And
lived
I don't know if Maddie was born yet, but it was
your
me,
dad's brother
Taylor,
or your mom's brother?
My mom's brother, uncle.
Look at that.
Yeah. And he's a lot, I don't know, he's just like, he's a really funny guy, but now he's an asshole.
What's his vice? Gambling?
Alcohol.
And
women maybe, but alcohol.
My uncle's probably a gay pill addict, actually.
And probably all that.
He
video games. He liked video games.
I don't think he played video games. He was in golf. He was a waiter in golf, and he was really into Entourage, so I think he had this fixation with the limelight, and because of the caliber of restaurant that he worked at, he brushed shoulders with famous people. So it was really easy to be fantasized. The fantasy must have been his fantasies must be fucking amazing.
Well, this is what's amazing is like that's pre-internet.
True. It's that weird transition period.
And people have the fantasies now because of the internet, but they'll never meet these people. But yet your uncle actually met these certain people, and it gave him a true fantasy.
It's in Columbus, so it's a lot of like whoever's brushing through Columbus at that point. I mean, LeBron James, whatever.
No party like a Diddy party, so.
Diddy party.
Exactly, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure.
Like that.
No, he worked at a high-end steak.
Hey, did you like those chops?
The way that you
Pretty
did
nice.
them, back to back, and I mean, even later in it was a good episode.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I appreciate.
Top tier.
Yeah,
it was a great episode. Taylor's built for this.
She knows how to maintain the conversation.
Yeah, give me next dude. No, I gotta go make him a push. So she's rocking him slot.
Right.
I don't know. I feel
we've done sufficient work here, I think.
Yeah, we could probably go check out these Aurora Borealises.
I just want to hang out for a little bit because I'm quite
we got
quite drunk.
We can play a game of college football if you want.
I don't want to lose again. We can do something. I'll watch you play a video game. We can talk about that for a little bit. You watched me play League of Legends for a little bit. I haven't reinstalled it. Tom wants me to reinstall it. I probably will reinstall it so we can play ranked. That
my favorite video game.
Okay. What was your first game system? Maybe I like that.
I did play PC a lot in Texas.
All right, well that counts. Yeah, that.
I was 4 years old, 5, 6, and I played a lot of stuff.
I heard that.
Midtown Madness, football, hockey, Barbie, detective game.
All on the computer?
Math game, all on the computer, always. Yeah.
Jesus.
Moved to Michigan.
I don't know. I didn't know jack shit.
Got a PS2 when I was like 9, 8. Harry Potter, NHL. All types of games, dude.
Do you have Dragon Ball Z on the?
Nothing like that. No Spyro. I used to play Spyro with friends.
PS1, I had Spyro.
Got the Xbox 360, deep into Halo, Call of Duty.
PS2 to Xbox 360. That's an elite transition.
That's a nice move. It's a nice move.
That's the proper evolutionary stage.
And then with the projector in the basement, Gears of War.
You're just a different species.
Yeah, I'm an animal.
Dude,
I was built to make movies, man.
Yeah.
My dad had a Laserdisc. He had movie he's not a movie he loves my parents love it's very fascinating because they love film and they love movies, but they're not deeply intellectual into it, but they have a good taste in the film. Like my dad has look at this, like it's beautiful in here. It's pretty cool in here. Like there's a nice there's just a nice like my dad has good taste. It's fascinating. He's just got good taste naturally. No training or nothing at all. So like I was able to get some training with it. And then I really put my family on to like Maddie and Taylor, and like I put things onto her where it's like you understand films on another level, more analytical level, more decision making level, more artistic level. Why things are happening, what these films really mean, what's really being presented here, what's really being represented through the subtext of the writing and the photography. That's what films are. Different way to view them, and I presented that to my family, and then. That's why we're making this what it is now. My parents, when you ask about the authority of what allows me to create what I create and like gives me the confidence, it's no higher power. It's just I think the confidence that my family has in me, that my sister, my little Maddie has in me, people that like the things I've made, years of things I've made for years and things I've read that people like it. I know people like it, but I also like it. It resonates with things that I've put into me.
But what pushes you along is that do you feel like
what pushes me along is that I have to make a living out of this. I want to make a living out of this.
Yeah. Is there anything,
and to make a living out of this, you have to push yourself. And I believe in what I'm making, and I just believe in being creative. And the same way someone like, why the fuck do you have to work at like a gas station or a retail? Why can't you just be creative and make money and do it? Make people start believing that way. It's kind of like Caesar, it's kind of just like making people like the way I kind of inspired you. I know I inspired you. The way I know we're doing this, like make more people believe that they can do this. And when you start making more people believe that they can do this, you start changing the way people think, and you start changing the way people think they can actually earn money and things. I don't know why you're laughing, but I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I'm just this makes me happy. I wouldn't be happy just sitting playing a video game right now. This is more fun than the last 4 hours have been a lot more funner than just sitting alone. Because I've sat alone and played video games, or I've sat alone and just done nothing, or like hung out or gone on walks. This is a lot of fun to me. And you can make a living out of this, or if you can inspire out of this, or you can connect with people out of this, or
to make a living out of this would be really incredible. But I don't know even why.
I don't know. I think it's just being creative and sharing this kind of stuff, and it's just fun to do. It's really just fun to do. It's just fun to do it, and it being fun to do makes me happy. Makes me want to just not sit alone and eat chocolate or play video games and not do anything. It's like I'm actually interacting with someone who's actually pretty cool, and it's fun to hang out with, and you want to interact with them. It's like, but no one shows this because it's all made up. This is pretty real right here. It's actually fun to do. Like I'm saying, I enjoy doing this, so that's why I do it. And that's why it feels real when you go and be that Instagram question you asked me. Like, I don't know, it just feels real. It's a good episode. It's just good.
Yeah, I got here early tonight.
I mean, you can put a bunch of fancy words into things, but sometimes just like saying just how much fun things are. Like that's more intellectual. It's more genius than just saying a paragraph of why things should be a way of certain things. But when you just show someone having fun, it's like like just showing someone like just laughing is like that should be the goal of most people's lives, right? Like and just enjoying and laughing, like
I would agree.
Yeah. Like I worked the last 5 days, and like when I go to work, I'm not the happiest. I just know I'm not, because it's like, but like today I knew I had nothing to do. And I'd have this, and this kind of felt like work, but it was also like, I knew I'd have fun. I don't know. I knew I could be myself. I knew I could just be, I could just be, I don't know.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
It's a beautiful thing, being able to express yourself. And I think a lot of people, that's why I know I make a joke about it, but it's a serious thing. Like, so I like comedy. It's like, I'm a filmmaker, they're trying to kill that in this America. They're trying to. It's being shadowed and it's being hurt, and I don't know.
I think that I've been wanting to do this for so long that as you say it to me, I'm like, yeah, I very much enjoy this. Be more than you even realize. I've been ready to just start doing this. So I need more to, but
I close out closing statements.
I'm just
Anything want to wrap up? I think we're at that point.
Not necessarily.
I like Shadow MAGA.
Shadow MAGA is good.
I think that's the. I don't know. I think you're like black MAGA hats. That's the way of the country. I don't know. I think you're gonna see a lot of it, man.
For the time being,
I think for the next, it's a thing.
Instead of red, no more red, just only black.
It's
black.
It's
Just black
like I just told you. It's the same feeling, but it's for the guys who make fun of the red MAGA, but deep down they're MAGA. They're intellectual. It's it's smart people. It's just, I mean,
I don't even.
Shadow MAGA might be one of the most genius political moves in the history of politics, and we saw it just happen 4 hours. I'm telling you right now. I'm just saying this right now, but I really believe it because it's like punk rock for politics.
Isn't the voting deadline?
Isn't it crazy how just everyone copies Kanye? Isn't that a weird thing? It's the same thing with the card denier. They all copy Kanye when it comes out. But Kanye's copying me. Watch the intro to Pluto and then watch the Chinese Kanye listening party. He copied me. Me and Madison put a light projector and put it in. He did the same thing, but he just made it to a larger level. Stole my idea. I think he watched the movie. I'm kind of convinced he watched my movie. I know you're laughing, but there's things in the artwork of the last 2 years, and you can ask Madison about this. But I've pointed everything out to Maddie. I just think you hear about this where a large artist will steal off smaller. Yeah. I don't want to say, but
when did Pluto come out? What year?
21.
And
I got it on YouTube in 22 in February.
And you're saying that he saw it, and you saw...
There's the opening scene, I have a projector, and we're shooting it, and there's a projector laser, and I have fog shining. And it's the same thing he just did in this stadium where he had a larger version of it, and he had fog, and it's just like a vortex. It's like a very DMT. Watch the intro to Pluto. It's the same fucking thing. Okay. He stole it. And I think Christopher Nolan stole certain shots, too. Because I did them before him, and they're in my movie.
In
Raindrops. These guys, they're geniuses. The reason I like them because they're selecting great shots, but they're taken from young geniuses.
Yeah.
I sent you a video. Watch on your YouTube, your DM on Instagram. It's this Russian girl, dude. She's fucking amazing. It's amazing. She's so good. It goes back to what you're saying, who allows you the authority to create? Well, it's I just want to create and make what I know is the best. This podcast is the best. This is top tier. And I don't give a fuck what people say is top tier, man. You're doing the same thing Taylor did. I am.
Yeah, I know.
I'm moving. I myself am moving into a realm.
It's these spirits. These spirits intoxicate me. I don't know how to handle the spirits once they intoxicate me. I don't know how to handle the Dionysian force that you bring on, but you have a clear sense of handling this.
I'm motivated.
Yeah, you have you know how to wield both the Apollonian and the Dionysian, and I'm still trying to figure out both of these beasts so that I can properly...
You're a dear friend in this battle.
Yeah. They're both necessary. Yeah. I'm just trying to sort it out.
No, this has been a lot of fun.
I had fun. I feel like I gotta stop getting so fucked up for these. That's a real problem. This is yeah.
No, that's the beautiful part of these shows is that we're not afraid to get a little fucked up.
Shit. I wish I could say more things.
You wore that. What made you wear that sweater?
I tried on like 4 different things.
I know you would. I knew you would wear. I knew you would put something like. Because we're like.
It was either like this or like the Trump shirt or a Sailor Moon shirt. So
Sailor Moon would have been kind of nice.
Yeah, that would have been. Yeah, might even worn shorts. Well, I don't even know.
It's not bad. It's not bad out.
Yeah,
it's not a bad outfit.
Yeah, I wouldn't have worn if I didn't have. It didn't hit the threshold. I was like, yeah, this is fine. This is good. I can wear this.
What picture should I put in for that space? Should I just put like porn in?
For what, this space?
I don't think. Oh no, that space that didn't get recorded.
Oh, I mean,
I can't put porn on YouTube.
you can just put cute trans girls in it.
Yeah, just like a bunch of pictures of like trannies. That would be pretty good.
Yeah, that's what we'll do.
All right. Well,
I'll send you some.
You have some?
I could dig them up because been on a hiatus. I don't think I'm not off. I can't scramble back. I swear to God, I watched Caligula and I was like, oh God.
What is Caligula?
It's Malcolm McDowell's in it, and it's all pornographic imagery. So much of it is just pornographic.
He did Clockwork Orange, and he was just like, I can do anything.
It's just a Greek tragedy. It's just a movie in the 70s where it's just really probably like an underage woman's tits and her pussy.
Yeah.
A lot of pussy and penis shots. A lot of pussy and penis shots in this movie. I was like, oh, I can't.
The vagina is a beautiful thing.
It was beautiful, but I was like, if I keep watching this, I'm gonna fucking come all over my apartment, and I'm like, I can't do that. I've got a podcast.
I got a podcast I have to commit to.
I made a commitment, so I'm like, I'm gonna hold off on this.
You can go home tonight and just bust everywhere.
I don't even want to anymore. Now that I'm talking and saying all this, I can hold off at least another day or two. And it's better to store up the mana in my balls,
right?
Because it's just better. There's more mana, there's more aura, and if I fucking extinguish it, I'll just feel like shit. I'll just feel gay and retarded for jacking off to dicks.
Well, that's the power you have within you.
Yeah. And it'll just depend on if I can maintain this power.
Well, that's...
Which seems likely. I do feel kind of strong. But, I mean, I'm probably just jinxing it all, just saying it out loud. But, I mean...
Well, this is the ego.
Yeah, this is the ego. But
the ego is shining.
And if Cat Williams taught me anything, you gotta live every day like it's your last, and you gotta delude yourself a little bit. You gotta fucking accentuate. I mean, Patrice O'Neill said you should accentuate the fucking person that you actually are a little bit.
Well, you have to. I think that's what the ego is.
I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, it's just part of being human. I mean, why would you? I mean, why would you act less than what you are? Why wouldn't you act like more? And
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, stupid. You mean retarded? Have sin? What do you think? You're a sinner, dumbass? I don't know.
I think
here. I thought this was kind of interesting. I mean,
we might cut. That might be the end. Yeah, I think we might have found the end because I was about to get into sex.
I was gonna say something
murdering.
I was gonna be
I think we might have found the end of
that's probably fine.
30 seconds ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say that women sin and men sacrilege. That's what I was gonna say.
No, we don't need that.
That's horrible. I could. I mean,
I think we're good.
Yeah, please. Yeah, no, please. We're good.
We're good. All right, we're good.